Welcome back to Wookies on X-Wing. My name is Matt.
I'm John.
And today we've got the game one of our cut to top four for the Fredericton Regional Championship games.
Excellent. So, we have Clayton returning with his Chewie, Predator, Falcon, 3PO, and Recon Specialist, with Leebo, also Predator, Janors, Outrider, and a Mangler Cannon.
And then his opponent today is newcomer Alex with Han Solo, the Falcon title, Push the Limit, Recon Specialist, Janors, and an engine upgrade. And then Luke piloted with a Predator, R2-D2, and a shield upgrade. So very tanky Luke here.
I really like Luke. I'm a little interested to see what Han is doing, because he has the title, the Falcon title, but also has the Janors Recon Specialist thing, so...
Maybe use Recon Specialist, get an evade with Jan, and then push to use the Falcon title?
Possibly, yeah.
Could be. But we'll see how it plays out. So again, kind of a fairly standard obstacle deployment that we've been seeing. Kind of middle of the board. Nice big donut going on here.
Yeah, they have lots of space to maneuver their big ships, but there is a little bit of a small gap near the far left-hand side of the map, closer to what looks like Alex's side of the map.
Yeah, that's Alex, yeah. And, I mean, Alex is on the side with the debris cloud, so if he needs to, he can fly through them. Doesn't really care that much.
No, not really. So, opposite deployments here. I like to see Luke in the inside track, lets him get closer to the battle. And he's tanky and tough, so he might be able to take a couple of hits off of Han before veering off, using the R2-D2 ability to regain shields. Han is, as you mentioned, he has that push the limit, so he has a lot of versatility, a lot more versatility that we're used to seeing in our videos. Normally, Han is geared to do one thing and one thing alone.
That's blast.
Most of the time, blast. So, it's nice to see Han. We've seen a lot of Chewies. Haven't seen any Landos yet.
Nope. I'll have to change that sometime.
Hey.
Alright, so looks like Alex is moving a lot faster than Clayton. He's got a glint in his eye. Wants to get in combat here.
Well, he has those engine upgrades, so he can really make that extra power on his ships to his advantage. Where Leebo has the barrel roll, which is so good on a big ship, just natively. But having an engine upgrade on the Falcon and on the X-Wing, it's not bad.
I remember when the large ships still used the small ships version of barrel roll. That was obnoxious.
Yes. I don't think it was fun for anybody except for the person doing it.
Yeah, watching Han with expert handling was interesting.
That is a word. I'm not sure if I would use that word, but it is a word.
Alright, so it looks like Clayton's he's banking in. He's decided, alright, we're going to go for it.
And looks like Alex is doing just the same. Obviously harder turns here. Maybe he'll use the asteroid to his advantage. I think for Luke, even though he's a lot tougher, he's kind of out of his league in terms of durability compared to Chewie or Leebo. So he has to make sure that he doesn't get exploded.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's basically, can Han outdamage Chewie's tanking ability? Okay, yeah, that's close. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, the Han Solo is not as durable as this tanky Chewie, but Luke is 4 health points down on Leebo already.
Yeah.
And hits just as hard.
Well, Mangler Cannon, I would actually say that Luke hits harder. And they both have Predator, so that does come into effect. They both get those rerolls, so you don't have to rely nearly as much as getting target locks. But Luke doesn't... I mean, if he focuses, that's pretty much all his only action other than, using the engine upgrade. Yeah. Great, I love boosting, just as much as the next person. But...
yeah, Luke's going to try to tank through this. I mean, he's got his pilot ability. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see if Alex does the focus 3PO down or not. I think that's really going to play quite a big factor in this, especially where he's already starting at a hull point disadvantage. And arguably a durability disadvantage in general.
So it looks like Leebo's barrel rolling. Getting some distance.
Wants to probably give himself a bit more maneuvering room into that open space in the cluster of obstacles there.
Not only that, it blocks Luke's where he can go. So if you're just going to try to K-turn or whatever in the future turns, depending on how fast Luke goes here, it might actually be in Luke's best interest to use an engine upgrade to set himself up. It basically use his boost action, sorry.
Han's got the engine upgrade, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right. Luke has the shield upgrade.
We saw Luke with an engine upgrade in the last video.
That is true. We did see that, but I'm just not used to seeing so many Lukes.
Making a comment, must be because Battlefront came out.
Well, still in beta, and ooh, that looks like it's on an obstacle.
That is
Not nearly as bad as.
It's not an asteroid, but it's still a stress.
And he's losing that action, so
Yeah.
he's not getting the Recon Specialist.
Yeah, no damage taken, but still no action.
That is totally unfortunate.
I mean, Han has a kind of a built-in target lock. You have to reroll everything, but not seeing a gunner on him is definitely a change.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I would definitely reroll that.
There we go. We rolled it into 3. Not bad.
It's just sad to see a ship that has so much action economy push the limit, Recon Specialist, using the Jan ores, all of that stuff, and just can't make use of it.
Not quite. Just clip the edge. And then it's also, it's disheartening shooting at Chewie. It's like, I got 3 hits for 1 damage, and you didn't even roll your evade.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, I think that if Alex wants to finish at all in this game, he's going to have to try to plink Chewie down to oblivion. He has to concentrate fire on Chewie.
Yeah. And he's done 2 damage to him? So, I mean, you can reasonably expect 3 damage a turn, which is unfortunate to say.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a race against the clock here.
And we've seen Clayton go up against other fleets that had a lot more, let's say, durability when it comes to their secondary fighter. I mean, we've seen Clayton go up against a Corran Horn, and that was brutal.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like he's decided to focus fire Luke. Easiest ship to remove, well, at least as far as hull points go.
Yeah.
Slightly more evasive, but still, it's 6 points versus 13 damage.
And that's the thing, if you can burn Luke down, you don't need to worry about him. Pretty much he'll have to do green maneuvers if he wants to get those shields back. And if he's taking that time to get his regained shields, that's probably turns that he's not shooting at you. Because at this point, because he's coming right up the middle, he can't exactly bank around and still be in effective fire range. Yeah, he'll have to do a K-turn.
And interestingly enough, Clayton actually looks like he shot with Chewie at Han.
Okay.
So, a little odd.
Well, I don't really blame him. He doesn't have 3PO on him, so he doesn't really have to worry about that. All he's worrying about is 1 defense dice.
Yep,
so when you have all of the defenses mitigated for you already, you might as well take advantage of that opportunity.
Luke's looks like he's going to be in trouble here, especially with Chewie moving before him. He's going to fairly effectively be able to, if not block off most of his maneuvering options, he's going to be able to kill box him. So it's not a nice spot that Luke does not want to be here.
Absolutely, and the T-65 X-Wing doesn't have that 3 K-turn. Like the Z-95 has a nice K-turn, but yeah, Luke does not have that. And right now he's in range 1 of 2 heavy hitters. Now that's not really going to mean much for Leebo, because Leebo is going to probably just use the Mangler Cannon anyway.
Well, it's the only thing he can use, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but that's a range 1 of a Falcon.
Yeah, I would save that focus for defensive. Even though you get to shoot first and use that, it's not going to come up that much. And the other Falcon is just trying to shed stress. He's getting way away from the battle. It looks like Luke is all by himself to fight the wolves.
Yeah, we're going to see. Hopefully Han can get some poke in on Chewie here. Looks like it's in range 2 there.
Yeah. What I would almost have done is give Luke, use Jan Ors, because Jan Ors' ability I believe is 1 to 3. Use Jan Ors' ability on Luke to give him an evade, because that defense dice, the focus, is not doing as much for Luke, given he has a pseudo focus whenever he's defending.
And this is not what Alex wanted to see. 1 potential from Han with the reroll.
Yeah.
That's not even likely to draw Chewie out, or draw 3PO out.
No. I wouldn't have done it. Just saying.
Well, see what happens. So he gets one. Spends his token. So... Oh no, he guessed one. Didn't even have to spend the token. So 4 damage turned into 2.
Brutal.
That's a little rough. Or perhaps he spent the token. It doesn't matter anymore. He didn't take it off. If he didn't take it off.
Yeah.
But that's still
It's
rough.
so much damage mitigation. I mean, it's pretty much the reason why we say you go after those big guys. You focus fire because you won't be able to kill them any other way. And if you're down to 1 fighter, you're boned.
Yeah, you're not going to piecemeal that. It's a nice visiting hand in the top corner.
It's a ring. Shiny. So shiny, so chrome.
And here, that's... Yeah.
Brutal.
I mean, Alex is getting work out of Luke's pilot ability here.
Yeah.
That's gone off 2 turns in a row.
But still, if you only have 2 defense dice, 4 attacks going in, it's going to be brutal no matter what.
Hey, it's going to hurt, yeah.
And it looks like Luke doesn't have any shields at this point.
Now, he's got 1 left.
He's got 1. So...
And he just took a Mangler Cannon hit here. And... Wow! Took 7 attack dice and lost 3 health.
That's impressive.
Color me impressed, sir.
Don't you wish you could roll defense dice like that?
Oh, man. Do I ever.
I don't.
And then just this 1 sharp turns on a ship that big is...
And the funny thing is, he did focus here, but if he wanted to barrel roll, he doesn't really need to get within range 1, but if he wanted to, he could.
And this is smart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he's not even hitting the asteroid.
That's going to be close.
Yeah, it is close.
Ooh. Well, he might. It looks like he does.
If he hits the asteroid, that is a nice reprieve for Luke.
It is. But also, Luke might be able to K-turn around that. Wow, it looks like he didn't. We'll see.
Tensions are high.
I'm impressed. That looked like he clipped it, but I guess not. That is very close. And Luke elected not to K-turn by the looks of it.
That is...
No, he's just green maneuvering to he wants to regen some shields here.
Well, this means that only Leebo can shoot at Luke, which is not actually a bad idea.
No, that's not too bad. I mean, Luke's not getting a shot, which... When you have 2 ships, you really want all your ships shooting every turn.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, Han is so left field. Like, he really needs to get Han around.
Oh, it looks like he went the wrong way. And that... Yep. And he's boosting.
He has to. He really has to in order to get back in the fight. I mean, yeah, Han has these nice sharp turns, but it's going to... By this token... By this part of the game, like, Han hasn't done much.
No.
And when you have half of your points in 1 ship and it's not doing anything,
that Han's over half the points of the list.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alex's defense dice deserted him a little bit. He takes some damage from takes a crit from the Leebo Mangler here.
Let's see what kind of crit it is.
No, it's hard to say. They're all nasty, though. All those crits are gross. Well, we'll find out if it has an immediate effect. Looks like it doesn't have an immediate effect. And that's a hat.
Well, hats off to that guy.
Now that's something I need to remember to do.
Put critical effect tokens.
Put my critical tokens down.
So you can remember. You have to remember the critical effect.
Remember, have the critical effect. Yeah.
So that you have the critical effect.
Yeah.
Well, it's important.
It is. It definitely is.
See, I like to have critical effects rather than just direct hits. Because direct hits suck.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Especially when you draw like 3 in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
And I shuffled this deck 7 times. Why? And you cut it for me. Why am I getting all direct hits? And then you laugh.
Yeah. Tis the dice god's wish that you explode. So now I am very curious as to what Luke is doing here.
I think exploding in a second.
I hope not.
Well, you can't be lucky that
No, and
often.
Like, R2 is getting work done here. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. He's figuring a one maneuver of some kind.
One bank.
Yep, he gets some durability back. I mean, Luke is going to get he's going to be able to shoot first. But
Staying at range 1 of that Chewie is not really in his interest, though. The Predator ability is just
at
kicking his butt.
at best, he can hope for 2 damage. 3 or 1 if Clayton feels gutsy.
Yeah. But 4 attack dice with one reroll and a focus going in, that's a lot of damage.
It is.
Potential.
It's a lot of damage potential. But, it's that thing of the Falcon mitigation of Clayton can just easily say, no, your 4 damage turns into 2.
Yeah.
And it looks like Han is not even close enough to try to pull that 3PO out beforehand.
Yeah, you see the gold dome, you kill him.
That's how she works.
Droids. Just so annoying.
Well, it's a good start. Alright, so he doesn't have to spend the focus. He gets 3 hits.
So what is he doing with his actions? I think he wants to save those actions for the focus.
I think he wants to save the focus for the attack, yeah.
So, but
because he can afford to just take 1.
So he's trying to figure out if he wants to just mitigate the entire attack.
Yeah. I think he can afford to take 1. See, Han didn't shoot him, so that's 3PO for 1. Evade token for 2.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to focus. And he chose not to. It's the right call in this case. Because he's got 4 attack dice with a reroll coming back. He wants that focus for this. Yeah. If he can kill Luke this turn, he wants to.
And look at that. He has that focus.
There's the focus, and that is going to kill Luke almost regardless of what he rolls.
Yeah, he did get the shield back from doing the green maneuver, but 1, 2, 3, he's dead. And there's a crit in there as well.
Yeah, it looks like it didn't get what he needed. That's a shame, yeah. Because Alex needed to get both of those evades for Luke to survive that shot.
And now we have 2 pretty much clean ships going up against a Falcon. I don't see it happening.
No, this is gonna be a hard fight, but yeah, at this point, it's probably not happening.
And the other thing is, this is top 4.
That's it.
Bonus points mean nothing.
Yeah, your margin of victory doesn't. Or margin of victory. Yeah, no, it is. It's the winners play each other, don't they?
Yeah. So
if it was a cut to 8, your first round margin of victory would matter.
Possibly, yeah.
But other than that, in top 4, no, it's just wins. At this point, it's just wins.
Go big or go home. And so, I mean, I guess what Han can do to go for the win, and this is really tricky, but he can try this. Just kill Leebo. If he can kill Leebo and survive, Han is just expensive enough compared to Chewie. At least I think that he should be able to just go on.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing. And, from the start, maybe the right answer was to try to
kill Leebo.
Bum rush Leebo and ignore Chewie.
Well, yeah. Han has with the engine upgrade, Han has enough maneuverability and still has the damage mitigation to just ignore to survive against Chewie. Like they could shoot for hours and nothing would happen, kind of thing. It would be
Han would get whittled away, but
yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting idea.
But he's shooting at Chewie still.
Yeah, he's still going after.
So I don't think he realizes that what he should be going for. He doesn't see the goal. Like the goalpost has moved, and he doesn't realize that.
Yeah.
It sucks that it's moved, but he has to go after it.
That's definitely it's definitely an interesting concept though. Of that, our golden rule is kill 3PO, but in this case, maybe that rule wasn't the right choice. Just try to I guess it's like other games.
This is the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah. It's like it's like playing War Machine. You play to the clock.
Mm-hmm.
That may have been the best choice for Alex here. Is just go after Leebo, and then conserve his points.
Because Luke could have done enough damage to Leebo because that's the other thing. Clayton hadn't been using any of the defensive tech on Leebo.
Yeah.
He'd just been using focus, expecting the guys to just go after Chewie. I think it would have completely took him by surprise if he just focused Leebo down. And 3 attack dice from... I mean, he didn't roll fairly well, but a bunch of attack dice into Leebo, and if Han was basically going after Leebo rather than veering off to try to kill Chewie, that could have been some pretty brutal maneuvering.
Yeah. It would have been interesting to see.
Alas, it was not meant to be.
No, and Han he's lost his shields, so he's just shy of half dead. Or, he's just over a third dead, I suppose, but it's, very interesting concept.
However, so we were just talking about, go after Leebo rather than kill Chewie. That tactic wouldn't work now.
No.
With Urata, because Han would be weak enough, and Chewie would have had enough defensive tech to survive against any repercussions. So you might have killed Leebo, and you might have wounded Han, but Chewie's has enough health to not worry about.
Chewie's not giving up half his points, and Han is. Then they would be in Clayton's favor. Yeah. So that's gonna be close. Well, even if Clayton just lost Leebo, and the only thing that Alex lost was half of Han, Alex would still come ahead there, but
also losing Luke.
Yeah, losing Luke at that point is. It's definitely an interesting evolution to the game for sure.
I think it was also the other thing about Luke is he really rushed Luke forward in there, and that was just not right.
Luke got caught out. I like what we're seeing here. We're seeing the 2 evade tokens. All right, he is trying to keep Han alive.
Yeah,
he's got the focus, he's got the 2 evades, just trying to power through this damage.
So he rolls an evade, and uses 2 evade tokens, takes no damage.
Yeah.
However, the repercussion here is he's taking damage from Leebo.
He's taking at least 2.
Yeah, and with a predator upgraded, allowing those rerolls, he didn't need to reroll there, obviously, but just the sheer amount of damage potential and dice modification.
And Han is not immune to crits.
Yeah.
So he is taking that critical damage from the Mangler. And that's 2 gone through on him. And it looks like that was one of those. That was a crit that gave you stress. So Han is not performing actions this turn.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the end for Han.
Yeah,
losing Luke, that hurt, but getting stress, it's not like he has C-3PO that just is passively triggers.
And that's one of those things that, I like about X-Wing. There's not quite as many just beat your face against a wall matchups. But this is definitely one of those matchups that, at least from Alex's point of view, going into, he has to work a lot harder to come out with the win for this.
Yeah. My firm belief is the turreted ships like Leebo and Chewie, or whatever Falcon, the double turreted big ships, it's almost like an auto-corrector, or, attack corrector or whatever. It sets your playstyle to X, and it's hard to do anything special or magnificent with that, but if you play it to its strengths, it'll work for you.
Yeah, for sure. So you only got 2 potentials there, so you don't even need the dice roll. Just says, no, I just take nothing this turn. And that's Tax coming back into Han. This is gonna be. That was a bump. This is gonna be 3 to 4 points of damage. Looks like
That looks like 8 damage. I think
he's got 6 on him. He's down to 2.
He's down to 2?
Yep.
Let's see what if Leebo can finish him off.
This is the Mangler.
It's a reroll from Predator. No.
2, so that's a focus.
But one of them should be a crit.
And that's it. That's the last 2.
Didn't matter. Alright, guys, that was game. Brutal but short.
Yep, that was...
I think we also learned a lesson here.
Don't
always kill C-3PO.
Yeah, don't get stuck in our rules.
Yeah.
Don't always listen to what the internet tells you to do.
Yeah, don't always listen to us, but try to.
Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for watching. We've got more of the top rounds coming up for you soon.
Yeah, if you liked this video, be sure to like it. If you haven't subscribed to us, do so, please. It helps us out. If you want to visit us at northerngamingnetwork.com, we have a lot of blogs and extra posts. Also, we have Twitter at NorthGameNet, and our Facebook page is Northern Gaming Network.
Thanks, guys.